Yes.
I am installing the reflex to give love and empowerment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I attract warm, happy feelings in others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm merging my result bodies with people, and I'm removing and installing the right factor.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on the best side of my highest possible dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm removing all tendencies in the world to solve problems with violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm removing all disturbances from the emotional bodies of everyone in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm protecting myself and my people from incipient catastrophes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm realizing the loving, world-shaping, and God-given intentions I've carried from life to life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm causing my career and those of the people I love to be what God intends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm attracting increased capacity in myself and in my groups to accept power infusion.
Yeah.
Yes.
My particle attributes are in balance and at full strength to succeed at God's work.
Yeah.
Romeo. Romeo song. Yes.
Yes.
All my bodies are in God. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All my bodies are in one rainbow. Yes.
Yeah.
I am free. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am now as happy as I have ever been.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Romeo.
I hear a kitty.
That's Romeo. That's Romeo, my kitty.
That's what we need a video for.
I know. He's
Everybody loves the kitty.
so
So that was the end of the prayer.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, Michael, I was. I have some things to do with Anna. One of the reasons I decided to wait and do them here in the meeting is because I was thinking that they might clarify how I think about some of these things a little bit for you, you know, like it might make it easier for you to see like the way my thinking is running, although some of the things I do may have the reverse effect. But I just thought, you know, like you've been essentially talking about relationships a lot, so that's what I want to do with Anna. And for our viewers, I apologize that you can't see Anna. Okay?
Mm.
But that's the way it's going to be, because there is no way you can really be able to see her. So now, Anna,
Yes.
The only two relationships other than Henry that we've ever talked about are with what are the two guys' names again? Give us.
Marley was my ex-husband.
Okay, so Marley is your ex-husband. Barb, would you turn another light on? Oh, well, you turned off your picture instead, but okay.
Yeah, and then Ephenius is
Ephenius. Okay, so I'm assuming that these are the two most important relationships that you've had in the past 30 years, right?
yes.
All right. And both these men were in negative beingness.
Yes.
One thing, like, that I want you to consider, like you were saying that you were very, very attracted to both of these men, right?
Yes.
Had great sex with them. It was like really exciting to you, yes?
Yes.
One thing I want you to consider is that you feel that way about them because they're in negative beingness.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that it isn't an accident. You know, in other words, it's not like, oh darn, you know, I met this really great guy and I'm crazy about him, but doggone it if he isn't in negative beingness. What a shame, you know. But it really isn't like that. It's not like the negative beingness was just an accident. What I'm saying that you need to look at or consider for yourself is that possibly that's why you found them such great sex partners, for example. And when I hear that laugh, so there's something, you know something. What is it?
No, it just sounds like it might be true.
So, how does it feel to be needing to cure this?
It feels great because I can recognize it for what it is. And I just have to recognize it before I can cure it.
Right, so you like the idea of...
Yeah.
So Anna, what was the last thing you heard?
The idea was that I'm happy because I can see something that needs to be cured, which is my attraction to people in negative beingness.
Okay, so you feel fine about, like, looking back on your life and these men now leave you cold and you're not interested in them. Am I right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Fanny, go on mute.
Good.
I'm saying that you now feel fine about... Barb, go on mute. You now feel fine about looking back on these relationships and they just leave you cold. You're just not interested in these men anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel fine about it. I feel it's disturbing.
Why?
Well, because it felt like love and connection to me. And
So now you look back and you go over and you start picking apart the relationship and you realize the man was never actually interested in you. He was only interested in himself and his own agendas.
right.
Which is what people in negative beingness are like. And you look at, what's his name, Ephenius?
Asthenios.
Ephenios.
Asthenios. Yeah.
Epstenios?
Yeah. Esthimios.
Ephstemios. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly the way it's spelled.
Okay. So, but you look back on him and you say, what did I ever see in that guy?
Yeah.
That feels okay to you.
I can't say that it does feel okay.
Like you look
Because I
back,
see
you look,
what I...
like you look back and you say, gee, you know, if I thought he loved me, I was living in a virtual reality.
Right, exactly.
And then that you're saying that does or doesn't feel good to you.
Kind of a mixed thing. I mean, it feels good that I can see this now and cure it.
Uh-huh.
But it's disturbing to see that I was in that. I was so hooked in for so long.
I thought you still really loved that guy.
Asthenia?
Yeah, she does, Barb. What we're saying is when she cures it, she won't love him anymore. Get it? Oh, Barb, I can't see you again.
Is
You know
that
what, the question I want to ask is this a function of needing to be so the dysfunction is in attaching to somebody in a negative way, turning it into something else.
I'll tell you what, Karen.
What's the
Karen.
feeling?
Karen.
Like,
Karen. Tell you what. Why not just listen instead of asking questions? How about that?
yeah.
Let's see if you can just pick up from context the answers to questions that come to your mind, okay?
Mhm.
Just listen and see what comes to you. And later, if you still have questions, you can ask them on Twitter. I read Twitter like 3 times a day, so you'll definitely get people answering you, me, and so on. We have lots more time on Twitter to do that stuff. It does not have to end here.
Yes.
So now, you have a boyfriend you've been with 2 years. His name is Henry. You were thinking about breaking up with him yesterday. And then I talked with you. And tell me what changed after we talked.
Well, what changed was I began to see that my resistance to being with Henry has to do more with a dysfunction in myself than in Henry.
Okay, interesting way to put it. Let's remember when I was talking about how good you felt after you were with Henry?
Yeah.
Did you tell Henry about how good you felt after you were with him?
I think I told him, many times during the time that we were together that I was happy and that I felt good being with him.
Good.
Yeah, I told him that he made me feel cared for and loved and So I did. I gave him that feedback.
Well, that is very good. Test if you held back in any way that sharing that good feeling with him, just to make sure. Just test.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So here's a proaction. This is what we call a proaction. So repeat after me.
Okay.
And you have to get a signal on each section of this. Okay, so I now commit to accepting Henry's nurturing. See if you get a signal on that.
Okay, yes.
And telling him when I get it.
Okay.
All right. And if you do that some more times, it will really set into you. And it helps to look in the mirror when you're doing it.
Okay.
That's how proactions work.
Okay.
So now let's play a role. You're going to be Henry, and I'm going to be you, okay?
Okay.
Now, if you remember, with role plays, the whole idea of this is for you to become Henry.
Uh-huh.
And the idea for me is to become you.
Okay.
And you were talking about, when you were talking about breaking up with him, later you wrote a tweet and you said that it felt like an action. And
Right.
see, we've been studying how to manifest things just to make sure everybody's memory is refreshed, that nothing you get comes from anything you do. So if you're doing something, it will block manifesting. Things that you do to try to get things block the law of attraction from working for you. For the law of attraction to work, you need to do nothing. So the idea is to do activities, but not actions. No actions, just activities. And so what you were saying was, when you were thinking about breaking up with Henry, you realized it was an action, like you were starting to take an action. Yes?
Right. Yeah.
And that would interfere with you manifesting what you want. In any and all areas, not necessarily just with relationships. Everything bleeds over into everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, here's what I want you to do. You're going to play this role, and I'll be you. And I'll just start. Well, see, because what I'm trying to do here is do an activity with you, Henry.
Okay.
Like, the activity is just us talking, you know. Like, no actions. We're not going to, like, decide anything. It's just, we're just going to talk. How's that sound to you?
Sounds good.
So, I don't know, like, you know, sex doesn't seem that, like, exciting with you to me.
Oh, well. Really?
Yeah,
Am I
but
doing something wrong, or what?
no, I don't. I think maybe it's possible. See, it's very hard for me to know, but it's possible that I'm sabotaging it.
Oh. Okay.
Or just not having fun with it because the men that I've been attracted to in the past were not nurturing the way you are.
All right.
And it's possible that I'm just trying to block myself from being nurtured. You know, like I felt really good. You know, I don't know if I told you this. I was telling you how good I felt when I was with you. Well, after you left that day, I felt great for hours. Like I was just in love with the whole world. And I never told you about that. Like I told you how good I felt when I was with you, but what I didn't tell you was that you created a real sense of love and fulfillment in me when I wasn't with you.
Wow. Well, that's good.
It was.
Yeah, but what about sex? Why don't you want to have? You don't want to have sex with me anymore? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm okay with having sex. You know, it's not a problem. I'm even okay with my trying to find out if there's something I can do that will change it to be more exciting for me. See, I think that people make their own excitement with sex, and probably when I've been excited with men, I think that I've gone with men who enabled a virtual reality in me.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean that I don't think Ephemius was really here for me the way you are.
Right.
And he kind of, in a way, left me alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was so preoccupied with himself that I was, in a sense, like alone when I was with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could go into kind of a semi-dream state while I was with him. And he didn't interfere with it. Because he was off in his own world too.
Right.
So that's what I mean, anyway. I think that I've lived in virtual realities a lot.
Oh.
And you're kind of a stiff dose of reality. You know? Because you're really present and you're in touch with me and you know, you care about what I feel and so on.
Yeah.
So
I try to.
yeah. Yeah, I've been with men who weren't trying, you know.
Yeah. Seems like they were pretty self-absorbed, if you ask me.
Yeah, unless they were trying to do something for themselves. That I don't know about.
Yeah.
So, and another thing, just to mention the sex thing again, it's actually possible that I'm not as interested in sex as I thought I was.
Oh, really?
Like what I was interested in was maybe sort of like the fantasy that I was living inside of when I had sex. But I've noticed, like, I've been able to go without sex for a long time. It didn't really matter to me that much.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, being cared about does something for me that sex never did.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But you know, I don't worry that I'm not going to want to have sex, because I like sex, and I'm going to want to have it, you know. But it's just that I seem to be getting a different perspective on it. I think I made sex a lot more important than it actually is, because I couldn't actually have what is important with the men that I was with. They simply weren't capable of giving it to me.
That's pretty interesting.
So what I did instead was, and you know, maybe I was terrified of getting it anyway. I mean, my hooking up with you a couple of years ago, it's possible that meant that I was starting to get well. Although I didn't realize it, you know.
Yeah.
The beginning of okayness. Huh, what was it like to be him?
It was good. I think it was not as scary as I thought it would have been for him. 'Cause I worry about him and how he's going to feel. And he did okay.
I wanted to ask Franny. Go off mute, Franny.
Yeah.
You know what Anna was just saying about how she worries about what Henry is going to feel?
Yeah.
Do you worry about what Greg is going to feel?
No. I mean, I do care about what he feels, but I don't worry about it.
Anna, do you think maybe you're talking about the same thing Franny is, or is there a difference?
No, I think that mine is more dysfunctional than Franny's.
Well, I'll tell you something that I've observed you doing that's relevant to this.
Uh-huh.
You know how when I'm talking to you, like in the cookie store, at this cafe,
Yeah.
and customers come in and your attention immediately goes to them?
Yeah.
Test, is that a symptom?
I think so.
See, that is very much related to what you were saying about worrying about what Henry thinks. Like, you're trying to control what people feel and think,
Uh-huh.
and which is impossible.
Right.
So you're going to have a very tough time. See, when I had a large organization, and I could be at a course where there were like 150 people crammed into a 4,500 square foot space, you know, stretched and spread out all over, talking in groups and queues and so on. And I could walk through there without speaking to a soul, and no one would disturb me.
Mm-hmm.
They all knew what they were doing, and they were all doing it, and it was all going fine, and I didn't need to talk to anybody.
Right.
And somehow, you have to make everything happen. And that is going to be a problem, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking about that concept the last couple of days, because I feel like I was thinking today, if I don't do it, it won't get done. If I don't, I have to do everything myself. And I know that that's not good thinking, because I can't do everything myself. And in order to run a good business, I have to delegate. But I have to somehow cross over that chasm of doing everything myself to being able to let go of the control and find the right people to put in the right places to do the things that need to be done.
Well, also, it's really a matter of letting the mistakes get made and then later stepping in and giving people better training.
Yeah.
And that's what I always did. I may have walked through the course without saying anything to anybody, but then I called the 9 course supervisors up on the balcony, and we all discussed what tactics we would use to get the results we were after.
Right.
And they went down and implemented the tactics minutes later. And, there was something, like years ago, I don't know where I read this, but somebody wrote, you know who Wellington was?
No.
A British general who defeated Napoleon.
Okay.
Somebody once said that Wellington could listen to the sound of a battle from miles away and know what was happening there.
Yeah.
And I developed that skill in myself.
Mm-hmm.
See, I lived on a balcony in that course space, so I could hear, like if I opened the soundproof window that we had put up between the two halves of the space, I could hear both, down in the course room and also out in the front office, and I could tell how it was going. And I knew exactly when to call the course supervisors up and provide that extra training. And that's how you do it. Like, you don't see, what's happening is you're letting them control you.
Yeah.
Because when you're trying to control somebody, they're controlling you. Get it?
Yep,
Yeah.
they have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, stop trying to control your customers, Henry, and everybody else. Like, remember like when we first started talking and you would get on the phone and you'd say, Byard, how are you? And I said to you, you always ask how I am. Remember that?
Yeah.
You were trying to control me. You shift the focus over to the person and get him to talk about himself. And with people who are in negative beingness, that works. A lot of the time, that works. Because they're very self-absorbed.
Right.
So, if you ask how they are, they'll tell you. They'll start talking a blue streak, and all of a sudden, all the focus is away from you, and you can hide there and go into your virtual reality.
Uh-huh.
Virtual reality usage is a key piece. It's a key symptom in understanding people's dysfunctions and pathology. You watch what kind of virtual realities people use and how much of their time is spent in that, and how they design their world so that they can live in a virtual reality. And you know what? Like, I had to be absolutely ruthless with myself and just remove every scrap of things that I was using as props like that, so that I didn't have to face things about myself and what I was doing wrong. I mean, I'm still in the middle of it, but you really have to, kind of like got to get rid of the addictive substance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whatever you're using as a prop for a virtual reality, it can be a person, It could be your business. You got to get rid of it, change it, whatever, so that it's not a prop anymore. It can't be used that way. That's what it is to get rid of the substance in this case. Sort of like pouring an alcoholic's alcohol down the sink. All right, so good session for tonight.
Yes, very good.
Excellent.
Now,
Did you, am I on? Yes.
Yes,
Did
Greg.
you cure something or realize something, some change in you tonight?
Yes, I have.
You say what it is? What's changed?
I think that last thing that Byard was talking about, the addictive personality, or the addictive component to relationships was huge for me, and recognizing that the virtual reality part of it, I think that's true. It rang very true to me. So I feel like I'm curing it just by recognizing that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
do you see any new behaviors you can construct? Anna?
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot. I think, as far as the business goes, becoming more aware when I'm caretaking rather than functioning at a higher level. And in relationship too, I think they're very much tied, very similar. I think that maybe I felt like my self-worth came from making sure everyone's happy, caring for everyone at my own expense.
Hmm. That, what we were all saying there was very meaningful to me in a way when I realized that when I was trying to control so many things and control my relationships with people and control what I did in such a way, I was really not at all in relationship with real people. I did not have a life. I had a life of control, which was just a virtual being.
Yeah.
And so, and that was just, it's a real addiction. And addictions, fawn or generate other addictions. So, it's not necessarily like what you're talking about in your relationships.
Yeah.
Well, we can do more about that some other time, but that's very good.
Thank you, Byard.
That's Greg.
But that's
Oh no,
fine.
I was thanking
Thank you.
you for everything, and
You're doing-
I also want to thank you, Greg, for saying that as well. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
I think it's good to notice too how reflexive creating a virtual reality is.
Yeah, really.
And
It's
how
very reflexive. That's right.
Immediate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know you're doing it. It feels like reality.
Well, everybody else is in one too.
Yeah.
It's so
That's right.
this maladjustment is so acceptable, preferred by our culture and by people.
Uh-huh.
We have to have a virtual. We have to have a reality show on TV because we're in our virtual reality, so that it's actually entertaining to watch somebody else doing something that's real to some degree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, especially when it's sticking their head in a bucket of worms or something. Right?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well, you know how they
Well,
have.
now we're
you
gonna
know how
have
they
to.
have,
We have to.
a-
We're gonna have to say the prayers now. And you know what? This meeting is actually not officially over till a quarter of. We often end at on the half hour, but
Mm-hmm.
we really do have enough time to say the whole gravitational strengthening and noosphere prayer.
All right.
But I
I
think
can dig it.
I think that we should say them now. Michael, will you take this prayer and do the gravitational strengthening?
Yeah, I'd like to, but I think my membership expired. I can't. My password doesn't work anymore.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
Negligent. I didn't.
That's too funny.
It's nice if you tell me where the link. If you have a link for how to get on there, with that.
Are you serious? Your password did not expire, but
Doesn't matter. I don't get on anymore.
we may have some problems there.
Your password has not expired. However, I do have a non-password protected link I can give you for those prayers, but I'm having a little trouble getting to it, you know.
Every time I can't get on with my usual credentials.
It's on the home page.
Okay, well,
Under Monday night.
see that.
They're not on the home page, Barb.
Yeah, they are. It's under the Monday night meeting.
Oh yeah, if you go to the home page, go to the Monday night meeting, and on there there's a link to the prayers
Huh?
at the bottom.
Can you dig it?
Dig it.
I can dig it. You can dig it. She can dig it. We can dig.
And you
it.
need to get closer to the mic also, Mike, because I can't hear you that well.
Okay, where can we find that? I'm trying to find it on Monday night. Where is it?
It's under the main movie.
Your meeting's Monday. Okay, can you hear me better if I come up here like this?
This is love. New paragraph, smiley face.
No, it's something's not turned on. It's like an echo, so it doesn't seem to be the right microphone. Maybe.
Let me switch my headphones.
I
Right.
think yes, you were
That's
right.
okay because for now because Melody's here, so she'll hear me.
Yeah,
Oh,
much
okay,
better.
much better.
yeah.
I didn't do it yet. Hold on.
No.
Oh, really? Because you sound much better.
Hi, Melody. You're sitting closer tonight. That's good.
You could do the prayers with this if you want.
He's not as scared of me as he used to be. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Just about there. Bringing myself there. Good. Please say. Is this better now? Now I'm on my headphones. Better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better?
Somewhat better. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's good. Is it good enough? I'm doing the global healing. We're doing global healing? No, that's not what we're doing.
We're doing the second one, the gravitational strengthening. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, on the page that I'm looking at, the order is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're doing gravitational
Gravitational
strength. Next wave first. Okay, here we go. The purpose of this is to attract chi. The chi will then perform immunic actions of its own. When you do these actions, do them for your family and soulmates too. So, when I get my signal, I accept God's wisdom.
Yes.
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 I attract grace.
Yes.
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 I attract guidance and guidance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I attract knowingness and wisdom.
Yes.
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 I attract the experiences I need so I can learn what I need to learn to do God's work.
Yes.
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 I've installed discrimination between things. That dog is annoying me. Sorry. Someone needs to listen to my time. Anyway, think that we're talking about people, activities, and locations. I've installed discrimination between those things that win and ones that don't.
Yes.
Yes.
I was asked for a repeat. I've installed discrimination between things, that is to say people, activities, and locations, that win and ones that don't win.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I've installed a reflex to drop the ones that don't win even when I'm succeeding with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've installed a reflex to do the ones that do win even when I'm a beginner at them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm installing the reflex to dwell on solutions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I fulfill the hopes of my parents and ancestors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm merging my results bodies with parents and ancestors. You choose who. Think of at least 6. But not any parents or ancestors that you're doing the prayer with.
Yeah.
So if anyone has parents or ancestors here in this group, do we? Do we have any? I don't think so.
Nope.
So we're good. Think of 6 parents and ancestors.
I think
Actually, Michael, I'm afraid you may be my great uncle.
I think
Or monkey's uncle?
Michael's my ancestor too.
That's right. At one point, I thought Barbie was my daughter. Kate and I thought that Barb was her daughter. Anyway,
Probably true.
So the
Okay.
answer to the question.
So anyway, now that you've thought of those 6 people, whoever they are, remove and install the right factors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm doing these prayers for my family, loved ones, and soulmates, as well as for myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, I really noticed that, here's my little editorial comment, that the 2 big themes in the gravitational strengthening prayers for me are the connectedness to others, especially ancestors,
Mm-hmm.
and the other big thing is attraction. I think it's an incredible approach that respect is something that we attract, not something that you get or earn or deserve. This attraction approach is really unique.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the gentlest way to achieve something.
Truly.
It's simply attract it. You know, I mean, you don't grab it, you don't get it, you don't buy it, you don't force it, you don't make someone give it to you. You just attract it. What a concept. Anyway.
Yeah, but it assumes that you're constituted by it so that it would be an attraction process. Things resonate and attract because they're like.
Right. So you're attracted by being it, or being the example, or being the
No,
reflection.
you are it. You are resonating with something that would. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, but that's true. With the way the gravitational body, that's exactly how the gravitational body works. The gravitational body makes you who you are by it inserts codes in the spiral body, which then puts them in the DNA. So it's your DNA that determines even your emotions are DNA based. And so who you are comes from your gravitational body, and hence the name gravitational strengthening prayer. Onward.
Okay, can you still hear me okay?
Yep.
Yep.
I attract respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
I attract cures.
Yes.
Yes.
I attract fame.
Yes.
I attract health, wellness, and longevity.
Yes.
I attract remedies and antidotes to dysfunction.
Yes.
Yes.
I attract faith.
Yes.
I attract gratitude.
Yes.
I attract fun. I love, name a person, unconditionally.
Yes.
I attract the love of my life.
Yes.
Yes.
I let in love and nurturing. I attract my children and students.
Yes.
Yes.
I attract astute, committed immuners. I attract powerful, benevolent allies.
Yes.
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 I attract people who appreciate and support me in my mission.
Yes.
Yes.
I attract people who will connect me to the people I need to talk to.
Yes.
Yes.
Sort of like the Wizard of Oz. Take me to the... Where do I find... What's first the road to the wizard?
Where do I find the people
Find my
I
way to the wizard.
need?
I meet the scarecrow and all the people on the way. Where's the wizard?
That is well put.
That's right.
I've been trying to kidnap for as long as I've been having nerd meetings. What that reminded me of, and I finally figured it out. I attract and name some people.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
I attract forgiveness.
Yes.
last 5 minutes, I've become a bigger person.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, feel that one. For speedy growth, say this every 5 minutes. I attract worldwide awareness and use of immunix.
Yes.
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 I'm leaving behind everything that slows me down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want nothing.
Yes.
Yes.
I've done enough immunix on myself today to create a critical mass.
Yes.
If you don't get a signal, bring yourself there.
Yes.
And that concludes the gravitational strength.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes.
Tell it to go right on, Bob. No,
Okay, Michael, go right on to the noosphere one.
Oh, we're going right on?
Yeah.
You got the.
Unusual.
Do this.
That's yeah. The time is the fleeting, I guess.
Global healing, sure. Okay, we're going down. Global healing, sure. I'm going to say them and you do them. How's that for a translation of that first statement? You guys do it. I'm saying it and we'll all do it.
All right.
I get
So
my
we tell you when we do it.
we all say when we do it. And I go on to the next one. You all have a reasonable amount of time to do it.
Okay.
So, when we get a signal, I'm raising the noosphere to the 27th dimension.
Yes.
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 I'm removing all pathologies from the noosphere.
Yes.
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 I'm adjusting the particle indexes of the noosphere so that they are in balance and at full strength.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adjusting the meridians of the noosphere to create a free and balanced energy flow.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm adjusting the chakras of the noosphere to their full function.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All the bodies of the noosphere are at full function.
Yes.
Yes.
Noosphere is unswitched and headed in God's direction.
Yes.
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 I'm removing all impressions from the karmic body of the noosphere.
Body. Okay.
Yes.
Karmic body. I'm removing terrorism from the gravitational and spiral bodies of the noosphere.
All right. Terrorism.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm removing the tendency to use biological weapons from the gravitational and spiral body noosphere.
Yes.
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 I'm merging my higher bodies with others who understand what we're doing.
Yes.
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 I'm removing any predisposition in the noosphere toward disease.
Yes.
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 All the bodies of the noosphere are one rainbow.
Yes.
I am now asking the forgiveness of everyone I've ever harmed or will harm by not making Immunix available to them faster.
Yes.
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 They've heard and received my requests in their results bodies.
Yes.
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 They have forgiven me.
Yes.
Doing this helps them discover Immunix for themselves without me needing to be back in order to give it to them.
Yes.
And that concludes the global healing spirit.
Wow. Thank you, Michael. Now, does anybody have anything they'd like to say in the conclusion of this meeting?
Okie dokie. No jokey.
One thing I wanted to tell Greg is that you're going to need to take the Oprah pledge not to text while praying.
Doesn't that make us powerful, that we have the ability to make each one of us?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think for me, often in a very realistic way, it's the clarity and the knowledge of that when I'm in a situation, I affect other people in that situation.
Right.
So, like once when sometimes when all hell was breaking loose somewhere, people would look at Fran and she was just sitting there, normal, and they say, "Oh, it's okay." You know,
Yeah,
Fire's having a meltdown or something
If she's
like that.
okay, then everything's
no, it's okay. with Franny. You're okay.
Yeah.
I've been in situations where I felt like I was a nucleus like that, and because what you're talking about, Michael, that power, I just embodied it, and people say, "Oh, everything's okay." You know, not everybody's going crazy. It means it's all relative. You know, it's an aberration because this person's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, well, people love drama.
Well, what I was thinking was that, you know, I mean, if each one of us individually has the incredible courage.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
I hear
sure.
you.
If each one of us individually has the power to make adjustments for the noosphere, in my understanding of the noosphere is that it's sort of this common body of like all humanity, and it's a different view than, let's say, an alternative view where we're all helpless and we're just like victims or something.
Right.
It's like we're not victims.
That's
We
right.
are what each of us can make the noosphere what we want to make it.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, and collectively, it's a collective of what we all make it.
Right.
But with the knowledge that you really can, and you know that you're intentionally doing that, we can really move humanity forward just with a few people, or major people. Like that's what these avatars of the age did, like Jesus and others. they affected so many people because they had such a strong bond with the noosphere or reality or God or the universe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what Michael's saying is like, yeah, like each person is so powerful. That's how we cure things or manifest anything. And
Yeah.
I realized today that that's the simple answer to what, like, is my mission or what am I supposed to be doing every day? Is you're just supposed to be doing that and helping other people discover that that's who they are. That's everybody can do that.
Yeah.
Just like turning them on to it.
That's right.
So simple.
Yeah.
I like hearing from everybody. It's nice to see how you're all present.
And this theme is in the other prayers too, about how we're not just like passive victims, but we have the ability to take
Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah, like every day, like positive and negative. Yeah, like
So I think the practice of including something in one's awareness has a dynamic effect on everything. What you choose to think, what you choose to focus your attention on, even if it were for a short period of time, it makes all the difference.
Well, most of these things are unreflective choices at best.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuff happening.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to be with everybody, and Anna, thanks for being so emotionally honest and you know, like willing to get well, willing to change, and congratulations on curing that cold.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Good.
I didn't notice any tweets about it. Did you send a tweet about curing your cold? And you're gonna
No, I will though.
you're gonna
I will.
you're gonna tweet about this meeting?
Yep. I will.
Yeah, just tweet what you learned, and then Ross will know too.
Great.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, Michael, thanks for your tweets about the jury duty. It's nice to know what's going on. I'm destined to be on the fringes. I am a reject, so I will be at the prayer meeting. You know, yeah, join the other rejects. Hey, you know.
No, I have this idea right now that in the last week or so I've tweeted so many crazy things that you just gave up on me and decided to.
Have you?
No,
have you?
That may be true, Michael, to some extent, but it's never the reality. You can always change.
It's never the final. It's like with Sun Tzu, you know, in the generals, the one who loses is the one who thinks he lost and gives up.
That's right.
That's why the Vietnamese were victorious.
That was von Clausewitz that said
Von
that.
Clausewitz, that's what it was, yeah.
Anyway,
Hey,
but Michael, you know what? Actually, your tweets are, you know, quite the contrary. Like they're giving us a sense of who you are and how to help you, and also what your strengths are, and also your moral high ground kind of integrity, which is, you know, another aspect of you, and all kinds of things about you. It's really very useful. I wanted to mention, you look cold. Are you cold?
No.
Oh, okay. Because you were sort of...
What do you mean I look cold? Just because I'm...
You were holding your arms across you like you were cold, and I started to think, well, maybe Michael is going to have to wear a shirt at some point.
Oh!
As winter creeps in, you know.
Now you ought to watch that video
his house
where
is
I sent everybody about your sitting position since your pointed power and opening your body up.
Sure.
Oh, I
This
haven't-
house, this house
Just
is
like that, you're reducing your ability, your power.
Well, I would say that that there's some truth in that. The way I think, Byron, what you were thinking was that I'm cold.
Yeah, I was
is the way that I'm positioning my body now because of my emotional, mental state that I'm in.
Okay.
Really
Well,
not.
you can change that by changing your physical body into a different
Yeah.
position where you're more open. Like when you put your hands behind your head and lean back, that's a much better position.
I wonder if that's why I didn't get selected for jury duty. Like, maybe I was going like this, and the lawyers said, "Oh no, we need the guy that's more open."
You'll figure it out at some point, Michael, I'm sure.
Did you see that Grisham movie? Was it Grisham? About being selected for jury duty
Yeah. I saw
and
it.
how they go after about the gun lobbies or something like that.
Yeah,
they
I saw it.
they stack the jury.
It's great.
Brilliant.
That's a great movie. Well, guys, okay, I guess this is it. Thank you. Let's all link our celestial bodies. And I will bid you a very pleasant good night, Anna.
Good
And a
night.
pleasant tomorrow.
Okay.
Night.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Right.